Exclusive photo evidence of the creepy Lolita Express. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a shocking revelation surrounding the infamous Lolita Express, once owned by the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Today, we present exclusive photo evidence that unveils the current state of this eerie aircraft, shedding light on its dark past and lifting the lid on its uncertain future. The captivating saga of the Lolita Express unfolds as we delve into its tumultuous journey, chronicling the rise and fall of this once iconic aircraft. At its zenith, the Lolita Express was more than a mere mode of transportation. It was a symbol of extravagance, a flying palace that catered to the mercurial whims of the rich and powerful. With an esteemed roster of passengers including former U.S. President Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew the Duke of York, and actor and teenage boy fancier Kevin Spacey, it soared through the skies, masking a sinister underbelly that would eventually lead to its notorious and undignified descent into abandonment, disrepair, and indefinite grounding. Constructed in 1969, the Lolita Express became a cornerstone of Jeffrey Epstein's extravagant lifestyle. His flagship stomping ground for unaccountable predation, the craft was procured years before the U.S. Department of Justice's official estimation in 2016 that he had been assaulting girls on it between 2002 and 2005. The luxurious aircraft was part of Epstein's fleet, valued at a staggering $80 million. Little did the world know that behind the jet's gleaming exterior lay a chilling reality. The plane served as a tool enabling women and underage girls to be trafficked and exploited. As Epstein's dark deeds came to light, so too did the heinous debauchery perpetrated within the confines of the Lolita Express. Federal prosecutors would later reveal that the aircraft ferried victims to Epstein's residences in Palm Beach, Manhattan, New Mexico, and the infamous island Little St. James. The private jet, once a symbol of privilege, had morphed into a vessel of horror, carrying the weight of unspeakable crimes against the innocent, a far heavier burden than any onboard cargo. The Lolita Express was a mainstay of Epstein's predatory repertoire, facilitating his illicit activities at altitudes that seemed to defy the reach of justice. It was a flying sanctuary for the depraved, drug-addled wealthy, complete with queen-size beds and other lavish amenities, which, unbeknown to its unsuspecting passengers, would provide a performance platform for Epstein's heinous acts. Vanity Fair interviews with survivors revealed the shocking existence of padded floors, a chilling detail that disguised or masked any sounds associated with intercourse, further highlighting the aircraft's insidious purpose. As the allegations against Epstein continued to mount, so did the layers of deception surrounding the Lolita Express. The Sun reported a detailed sales prospectus that touted the aircraft as tailored to enhance the experience during long-range travel. However, behind the glossy brochures and promises of luxury, a darker truth emerged, with the plane's custom enhancements reflecting the sordid depths of Epstein's depravity. The Lolita Express, once a symbol of boundless wealth and indulgence, eventually touched down for the final time in 2016. Since then, it has languished in storage in Georgia, a silent witness to the downfall of its infamous owner. The Daily Mail's intimate look at the current state of the aircraft paints a picture of disgraceful disrepair, replete with stained interiors, very much mirroring the character and sordid legacy of Jeffrey Epstein. The rise and fall of this once glamorous aircraft provide a chilling backdrop to the darkest chapters of Jeffrey Epstein's life, leaving us to grapple with the uncomfortable truths hidden within the confines of its tarnished wings. Beyond its gleaming exterior and the facade of opulence, the Lolita Express was not merely an extravagant airliner, but a vessel concealing a sinister secret that lurked within its luxurious confines. This headline invites us to peel back the layers and explore the paradoxical nature of an aircraft that, on the surface, symbolized wealth and privilege, but in reality was anything but, serving instead as a tool for the exploitation and victimization of vulnerable individuals. Purchased by Jeffrey Epstein in the early 2000s, the Lolita Express became a pivotal to his illicit solicitations and operations. The Boeing 727, part of Epstein's expansive fleet of planes valued at $80 million, stood as a testament to the extent of his wealth and the reflected lengths he went to conceal his predatory actions or to cloak them with a veneer of secrecy. As we explore the luxury that once defined the Lolita Express, revelations unfold about its opulent features. With the capacity to seat up to 29 passengers, the aircraft boasted queen-size beds and other lavish amenities tailored to enhance the experience during long-range travel. However, the true horror lay in the additional details hidden beneath this veneer of extravagance. A chilling revelation emerged during Vanity Fair interviews with survivors of Epstein's exploitation. Padded floors, seemingly innocuous to the uninitiated, served a disturbing purpose at altitudes exceeding 10,000 feet. Epstein's victims, too young and naive to comprehend the true nature of these features, would later recount their experiences, shedding light on the horrifying reality that unfolded within the confines of the Lolita Express. While The Sun reported on the detailed sales prospectus that portrayed the aircraft as a pinnacle of luxury, the sordid truth emerged. The Lolita Express was not just a mode of travel for the wealthy elite, but a conduit for Epstein's depravity. Its luxurious exterior masked the unimaginable suffering that occurred on board, as young lives were scarred irreversibly by the insidious activities facilitated by the very aircraft that promised comfort and sophistication. The Lolita Express, once a symbol of boundless wealth and indulgence, would become synonymous with the darkest facets of Epstein's life. As federal prosecutors unveiled the extent of his crimes, the Lolita Express became a haunting emblem of the abuse of power, illustrating how the allure of opulence could be exploited to perpetrate heinous acts against the vulnerable. The disgraceful disrepair. As the sun sets on the once glamorous legacy of the Lolita Express, a stark reality emerges, a tale of disgraceful disrepair that mirrors the ignominious descent of its infamous owner, Jeffrey Epstein. In this chapter of our investigation, we cast a penetrating gaze upon the current state of this once luxurious aircraft, unraveling a narrative of deterioration and neglect that parallels the scandalous revelations surrounding its dark past. Having touched down for the last time in 2016, the Lolita Express now resides in storage in Georgia, a silent witness to the fallout from Epstein's heinous acts. The Daily Mail, gaining exclusive access to the aircraft, unveils a shocking truth, a state of disrepair that befits its association with one of the most notorious sex offenders in modern history. The external facade of the Lolita Express, once polished and regal, now crumbles under the relentless assault of the Georgian sun. The aircraft's exterior paint, chipping away in sections, tells a silent tale of neglect and eaves a legacy of sorrow, reminiscent of the tarnished reputation of its former owner. The corrosion, though not immediately visible to the naked eye, signifies a more profound decay within, a metaphorical corrosion that mirrors the loss of trust and decency that Epstein left in his wake. Internally, the once luxurious furnishings of the Lolita Express now bear the scars of time and abandonment. The Georgia sun and humidity, unrelenting forces, have infiltrated the aircraft, giving rise to an insidious infestation of mold and mildew. The juxtaposition between the plush, surroundings that once accommodated the elite and the current state of squalor epitomizes the fall from grace, both for the aircraft itself as well as for the man who orchestrated its sinister purpose. Mark Stambaugh, owner of the storage facility where the Lolita Express languishes, becomes a reluctant custodian of this unsettling relic. He reveals the extent of the damage, stating, "The paint is chalking because it's been sitting in the sun for so long. Until it gets to the point where the paint bubbles out, you won't see it, but trust me, there's a lot of corrosion on that airplane." Stambaugh's words serve as a metaphor for the unseen corrosion within the aircraft's past, a corrosion that extends beyond its physical shell and into the lives forever impacted by the crimes committed on board. The costly legacy. Beyond the corroded metal and peeling paint lies a haunting testament to the legacy of the Lolita Express, a legacy that transcends its physical decay and extends into the realms of financial burden and moral responsibility. In this segment, we navigate through the intricate web of costs associated with this infamous aircraft, unveiling a story of mounting fees, reluctant custodianship, and the profound toll exacted by an aircraft tainted by its association with one of the most notorious criminals in recent history. The Lolita Express, now confined to a storage facility in Georgia, not only carries the weight of its physical degradation, but accrues storage fees that serve as an ongoing reminder of its dark past. The tally has surpassed a staggering $11,000, a figure that, in its own way, symbolizes the financial burden borne by those who find themselves connected to Epstein's sordid legacy. Yet, the financial repercussions are only the tip of the iceberg. The millions required to restore the Lolita Express to its former glory present a daunting prospect, raising poignant questions about the responsibility for its fate. Should this aircraft, tainted by its dark past, be resurrected as a symbol of opulence, or should it face the ultimate fate of being dismantled, destroyed, and erased from the skies forever? The Georgia sun and chronic humidity, relentless twin forces that have taken a toll on the Lolita Express, amplify the urgency of a decision. The choice between restoration and scrapping becomes not just a matter of finances, but a moral imperative, a reckoning with the haunting echoes of Epstein's crimes. The Lolita Express, now a relic of infamy, has changed hands numerous times since Epstein's arrest and subsequent death. World Aviation Services, the current custodian, remains elusive and unwilling to engage with the questions surrounding this notorious aircraft. As the responsibility shifts from one party to another, the true cost of the Lolita Express becomes immeasurable, a legacy etched not just in financial burdens, but in the enduring stain on the collective conscience of those connected to its dark past. The elusive ownership. As we venture into the intricate web of the Lolita Express's post-infamy existence, a cloak of mystery shrouds who owns it, unveiling a story of constant flux and evasive custodianship. We scrutinize the elusive trail of ownership changes since Epstein's arrest and demise, shedding light on the current custodians and their steadfast reluctance to confront the haunting legacy that now resides in their hands. The Lolita Express, now grounded at a Georgia airport under the care of Stambaugh Aviation, tells a tale of ownership changes that mirror the turbulence of Epstein's dark history. Mark Stambaugh, the partner for the private repair firm that we mentioned earlier, initially stored the aircraft for free, believing that it would be restored to its former glory. However, as plans for its revival failed to materialize, Stambaugh found himself in the uncomfortable position of charging storage fees for an infamous relic. As a father of 2 daughters, I'm not real thrilled with having it here, but I guess an airplane is just an airplane, reflects Stambaugh, encapsulating the moral quandary surrounding the Lolita Express's legacy. The desire to see the aircraft gone, either through restoration or scrapping, is palpable, emphasizing the urgency for a resolution to this ongoing chapter that lingers over the Georgia airport. The ownership trail becomes more labyrinthine as the Lolita Express changes hands, leaving lingering questions about the true custodians and their motivations. World Aviation Services is revealed as the current owner, yet their reluctance to engage with inquiries surrounding the aircraft's notorious past leaves an unsettling void. When pressed for comment, the owner tersely states, "I don't want to answer questions. I don't want to get involved." This evasion of responsibility adds another layer to the already complex narrative, raising concerns about accountability in the aftermath of such a scandal. The Lolita Express, a symbol of Epstein's egregious crimes, has become a hot potato in the hands of those who hold its fate. The reluctance to address its dark history and the consequences of its association with one of the most notorious sex offenders leaves a vacuum where transparency and justice should prevail. The plane's current state, sitting in disrepair and accumulating fees, underscores the urgency for decisive action. Stambaugh's plea resonates: somebody needs to come and do something with it, or it needs to be scrapped because it's just going to sit here and keep deteriorating. Yet the elusive ownership and the silence surrounding the aircraft's fate perpetuate a haunting uncertainty, leaving the legacy of the Lolita Express in limbo. In conclusion, the Lolita Express stands as a haunting reminder of the dark secrets that can be hidden behind the facade of luxury. Its dilapidated state mirrors the disgraceful actions of its former owner, Jeffrey Epstein. As the aircraft deteriorates, questions remain about its future and the responsibility of those now in possession of this infamous symbol. We will continue to investigate and bring you updates on this unsettling saga. Thank you for joining us on this exclusive journey into the mysteries surrounding the Lolita Express. Stay tuned for further revelations as we uncover the truth behind this chilling piece of history. If you like this content, please subscribe to our channel, click the bell icon to stay updated, and don't forget to leave your thoughts and comments below. Until next time, keep the flame of truth and justice burning brightly.